Back in September 2020, we sold our house in the UK, then moved to Normandy in France, where we bought an ancient French farmhouse with various outbuildings, including an old barn, a small cottage with 2 woodlands, and 3.5 acres of pastured land in a beautiful national park area. Follow us on our journey as Budo and I renovate the farmhouse, manage our land, and take on many projects for you to enjoy. Let the fun begin.
Welcome everybody.
Hello on this frosty sunny morning at 9:10 in the morning. We must be keen.
Yes, it's -4, but it's starting to pick up because the sun's coming up.
Yeah.
We had to leave it till just after 9 because we was going to come down here about 7:30, 8, but it was a bit too cold. Anyway, so today we're going to just give some protection to the plants we've actually put out.
That's with the fleece, isn't it? The horticultural fleece.
Yeah, just put some little wires up, put the fleece over. Tracy's going to do some potting on.
Yeah, I'm going to start to pot on the Pak Choi.
Yep.
Transplant them into pots and show you how we do that, and also the spinach as well. We'll be transplanting them into pots and showing you how we protect them with our cloches, which we use from recyclable plastic bottles.
Well, I'll show you. Stay there. So, coming back in a second.
Lupita, here's one we prepared
So here's
earlier.
one we prepared earlier. So all we do is we cut the tops of the bottles. We keep the tops as well because they've got a lid on them and you can use it as aeration. We're going to plant them up in these little 4-inch cross pots, short ones for now, before they go in the ground. And then we'll just put a little cloche on top, which is this, which will finish it, just give them a bit of protection. There'll be a few holes in the top just to let the evaporation air out. And we'll watch them pick up in here. And once they pick up to a certain size, and then we'll transplant them as well. Actually
into the ground. They should be able to go into the... We'll have to prepare another bed, won't we, for that?
Yeah, but that, you'll see us doing that anyway. We'll be doing another bed, not today, but on next week or the week after.
Yes, video.
And we'll be putting some protection on them as well. Yeah. Because they'll be coming out the little cloches, so they don't want to go straight into the cold. So we've been forecast from tomorrow onwards snow. Yeah. Whether it comes or not. But
and the temperatures are -5, -6, -4, but then it's going to rain. So obviously, when it rains, it warms up, doesn't it? So this is a bit of a shorter video this week, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely a shorter video this week because you can't do too much in the frost in the garden. Yeah. But you know, once we start doing more beds and preparing things, we've got more fruit bushes coming. Yeah. We've got all our lavenders are paid for now, and they're in the nursery at the moment. They're protecting them for us, so they'll be coming later on. So in some of the videos, later videos, you'll be seeing us prepping the land for the field.
In anticipation for putting the lavenders in.
For the lavender, field for the lavenders. Anyway, folks.
And hold on, this Friday's video is going to be a bit of a special video because we're off on a journey.
Yes.
I won't say where, but we're going to visit quite a very popular chateau who's been on TV and actually has their own YouTube channel, are growing exponentially, really growing fast. They're a family, but we're going to visit someone who lives in the chateau grounds, so we'll let you guess to see who you think we're going to. Yeah.
Anyway, that would be a lovely day out, I think, because Tracy follows, well, I do as well, but Tracy really follows this particular person and another friend of theirs, and it'd be nice to just meet up and see how they do things, you know. Yep.
Well, we hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye. So morning folks, just going to show you a little tip that we've picked up and the strategicness of planting things, you know. Let me just spin you around. Right, so you can see we planted our orchard here, okay, and you can see where the sun is on the end of the trees, the last trees there's just a bit of shade, but the tops of the trees have got sun on, okay. And all the trees have covered by the sun. This is nearly at the lowest sunrise. We're a couple of weeks away, I think, from the lowest sunrise, and then it starts to pick up again. And that, what I'm trying to get to is you want your orchard or your trees or your plants that are growing to get the early sun as early as possible, rather than being shaded for a quarter of a day or half a day by other trees. Okay, so as soon as that sun gets up, which it gets up over there and it comes across here, right, we're about 9:30 in the morning now. Is it 9:30 or 9:45? 9:45, right, sorry. So it's 9:45 now. Sun's got up to there, but it comes across here and it goes above that tree line, and it gives all the tops of those fruit trees the sun as early as possible throughout the whole of the year. And that's just a little thing to think about when you're planting anything, really, is to try and put it in your garden. If it's a fruiting plant or something like that and it needs the sunshine, is to put it where you're going to see, or it's going to see the sun as early as possible. And even so, they see the sun all day now, because it'll come up early there, it'll rise up over here. I'm going to point you and follow you around, and then in the winter it's going across this height of the sky and it drops down probably over there actually. But in the summer, I'll come back, stop you getting dizzy, it now goes up higher like that and across. It's going across the sky there, and it will set past the house. It goes right over in the back corner over there, and that's where we observed it in the peak of summer, the summer solstice, dropping over there. So that whole end of the sky above us here gives full sunlight to the plants, and that also includes why we strategically put our planting beds here. And remember, we talked about in the last couple of videos ago about orientation, so east and west as opposed to north and south, yeah?
Hi everyone, I just wanted to give you a little update on our broad beans. As you can see, I would say another 100% success rate.
Yep, they're going well. Let's get some close-ups on them.
Look,
so
out now, lovely.
They're sitting here in -4. It might be a bit warmer now because it's starting to warm up,
And
but
the
it's
sun's shining.
not affecting them.
No. They go all the way down to the bottom there.
Yeah, so you can see them all the way through, them little green dots, it's all the way down.
I think they're all, literally every single one of them have come up.
Yeah, brilliant.
And I just had a little clear up as well, did a bit of weeding in between the beds and the willow hedge as well.
Yep.
And what I try and do is when I bring the dogs up on the field for a little run around, I just will lift the nets up. If I see any weeds, just pick them out. Do a little bit at a time rather than a massive
Little and
job.
often, they say, little and often.
But look, all the garlics as well.
Yeah, let's have a look here, look guys. So we have a big white garlic here, just there.
Yep.
I'm going to point with my stick. So just here, this patch here, it's a big white garlic. They look a bit stronger. They came up first actually.
They did, yeah.
Then we've got the Provence,
which is the pink garlic.
which is a mauvey pinky garlic, which is all here, and they've come up at least 95%.
Yeah.
Okay, which is fantastic. And this way you'll get, in the summer, early summer, you'll get lovely tasting garlic because they go through that frost period. Do you want to show us the onions tray? We'll go down there.
Yep, hold on, come down this way. This looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, tidy now. Nice and tidy.
The onions.
Inspires you see, when you get things like, when it looks like this, it inspires you to do more.
Definitely.
So onions, everybody.
Perfect.
They're not suffering from any frost damage at all. They got a bit leggy because we had that funny hot spell, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't expect that. You shouldn't really have that, should you, at that
But
time?
what we've noticed is the ones that have gone over and bent the leaves, I'm pointing at, you can see straight away they've shot up new leaves straight away.
So that means they're happy, aren't they? They put their roots down.
They're putting their roots in and they're digging in now. And it's lovely. We're going to have some beautiful onions.
Perfect.
I
know it's cold but I mean, again, the sun is shining, so they must know we do our garden segments. But I know it's cold, but there are still jobs you have to do in the winter in preparation, whether it's planting, getting your land ready for spring. So we'll just keep doing that, won't we?
It's right. It's something you've got to keep going. I think a lot of people say, oh, you can't plant in the winter, but a lot of people get lazy, I think.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do it.
They don't want to go
there
out.
are certain things that will grow through the winter, and if you tend them and look after them, give them a bit of protection, you can get an early head start for the summer and springtime. Spring and summer, I should say. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to come out here every single day and pick food that we'll be putting on our plate to enjoy. I'm just going to point out over here, up there, one or two people have asked, why is the scaffold still there? When my son was over, we put the scaffold up. You can see the top of the chimney's all been done, and the pointing work's been done to there. But since the weather's turned, really, I just don't want to go up there because it's on wooden boards and it's slippy. I don't want to take any chances, especially standing on that top one with no guards around it. It's going to be a bit slippy, so I'm not going to take that chance. No. I'm going to wait till the spring now, and I'm going to leave it there, and then finish off that pointing on that chimney, coming down as far as I can, and then start to dismantle the scaffold down. And then
I'll be up there.
And then we'll get Tracy up. Once we get down them 2 levels to that next level down there, then Tracy can get up there and start having a play then, because she likes to do all the pointing. Well, I'm just doing the dangerous pointing.
I don't mind heights as long as I know I'm secure.
Yeah.
You know, where I'm not going to...
look at that little... just going off the subject, guys, look. Just look at that cute little window I made over there. See that? That's a box sash window I made for there. But it looks so cute, doesn't it, in there? It looks like something out of the Cotswolds.
It actually reminds me of a farmer's cottage in Wales.
Yeah, it does a bit.
It does, doesn't it?
It's got that Welsh feel about it as well. Yeah, it's Norman, Welsh. It's all that Celtic feel anyway. Get back to the gardening, guys.
Yep, you're going off piece again.
So we're going off piece. So we're going to go over now and do a bit on... Tracy's going to be potting up the Pak Choi. We're going to give them in the pots for a little while, 4-inch pots. Let them get really strong, and then they'll be out in their own bed here, which we'll be making a new bed for them. We're trying to grow food, by the way, guys, for what we like eating.
Yes.
We're not just going to grow anything
for the sake of it.
For the sake of it, and not use it.
I use everything.
It's important that when you grow, you try and grow what you enjoy, and that way it makes you want to grow more of it, and you get the flavours and the taste. It's no good just growing it and say, oh, I grew it, and then give it away or put it back on the compost heap. You might as well enjoy it.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Anyway, on that note, we'll go and do some potting up.
Okay. Hi there, folks. I'm getting ready now to plant on the seedlings, which are the Pak Choi. I will say I don't know if anyone's cooked with Pak Choi before in the past, but they are delicious with peanut oil. I would say they're more used in Chinese cuisine, but there are all different ways to cook them. So as you can see, they've actually got starting off the 4th leaf, and when you do seedlings, once the 3rd leaf comes, then you can transplant it. So I've got my pot here with Budo's black gold. That's what I've actually named it now, so just in case in the future it might become a flowing business.
If we start nursery and bag it up, we call it Budo's Black Gold.
Well, I did mention this to you. You don't know. Yeah. Sometimes when you have an excess of things you grow, you think to yourself, what do we do with it? So right, okay.
Got enough with the carpentry.
And everything else. So I'm just going to gently hold on to the seedling by the leaf. I'm actually using a double pointed knitting needle as like a little dibber because my one's still in storage, and all I'm going to do is push it in and just tease. Oh, got a bit of soil on there. It's got quite a bit of soil. And just hold it, always hold it by the leaf, never by the stem, because you don't want to ruin the root ball. Get my dibber, push it in.
I'm going to move this so they can see that, Trey.
Can you see?
Yeah.
I just show them. So I've made a little hole, and then push the stem down. Okay, and then I'm going to hand it over to Budo, my assistant.
Thank you, my dear.
Merci
Can I eat it
monsieur.
now?
No.
So I'm gonna just put a little cloche on it, just to give it a little bit of extra protection. Push it down, and then we'll let them grow on for a little while. Get up to halfway in here, and then they'll be out in the ground. Yeah.
Yep. Then we'll do the second one. Do the same thing.
Okay.
And I'm just going to continue packing, transplanting the seedlings into these plastic pots. What were the size? About
There's a 4 inch pot, which is in a metric meat is
10,
about 10 or
10.5
10.5 centimetres.
Yep. Which is
Sorry,
ideal.
we're old school. We're still into feet and inches, which is the best measurement in the world.
Yep. So look, just very gently teasing it in so the roots go down.
They're looking really strong, aren't they?
They are lovely.
You think we're in -4 today?
Yep.
And they're looking like they ain't even been touched.
No.
Um,
And if you think they're just in our
I'm going to try and give them a close up. So there you go, guys. Look,
perfect.
lovely and strong plants. Planted from seed and left outside, and they're quite hardy, aren't they? They can grow through the winter as well, so that's fantastic.
But you think they've only been in our little shower screen cloche, haven't they? Our mini greenhouse.
Yeah.
So look, very gently. You just want to keep a little bit of the earth on there, the compost. That's it, and just gently tease it in, push it down, et voila.
We've got a conveyor belt system going here, Trey.
Lovely. Did you make the tea yet?
No. We'll make tea and then we'll carry on, eh?
Because we've got some homemade Madeleine cakes with a twist. Our neighbour Valerie made for us.
Yeah, with orange.
lemon, so we're going to have orange. Clementine, I think they call them. So right.
Okay, folks. Well, we'll give you a progress of when they're done.
Yep.
And we'll just carry on as doing the same. You can only see it so many times, but it's a little tedious job. But Tracy's good at these sort of tedious jobs. She loves all this.
And why is that? Because I've got a lot of patience.
Yeah, she's got some patience. She must have been a doctor in her old life. Anyway. Okay. Hi, folks. Right. Thought I'd show you what we do with these. We have drinking water bottles here. We collect these. We never ever throw our plastic bottles away, whether they're Coke, whatever they are. We always keep them. And the reason we keep them for is we give them a second life, and then they will have a third life eventually. The third life will be once they've been used as cloches for maybe a year or two. I will turn them into diesel fuel with a system, but that will come in the future. I'll show you that. I used to do that in the UK, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, biodiesel. And when you used to drive around in the Land Rover, it used to smell like fish and chips.
Fish and chip shop, yeah. That was when I was doing the biofuel, though, wasn't it? But anyway, this is all I do. Is I just cut the bottles in half like this. So we get 2 sections. We keep this as well. We take off this label because we don't need it, and put that in the dustbin. That is the only rubbish we have. Okay, that will go into the dustbin. These will get a second life. These will work as little cloches. We can have one that's open, not that you'd need to, but it's there if we want it. And they'll work as little cloches. And then eventually, when we get our polytunnel, we'll just use these for outside small stuff and grow most of the stuff in the polytunnel anyway. But we'll keep these. This is important. They get a second or third life. And then, like I say, they just pop on here. They work well with a 4-inch pot as well. So I'll just screw them in a little bit and they'll hold into there. Hey. So folks, they're all potted in now. Cosy in their little plastic blankets, if you like. Right, we just put them in here because it's stopped the wind blowing them all off. And we'll water these. They're very easy really because the pots are, because the caps or the cloches, if you like, bottles are a little bit narrower than the pots. If you pour the water on the top, it runs down the pot and in the sides, and then it waters the plant. So we'll keep them watered because Pak Choi like a bit of water, and they'll grow on in there. And then the rest of them we've got, Tracy's going to plant at the end over there. We'll join her in a minute and see what she's doing. She's just going to get something. Be back in a sec. So we're up here with Tracy now, and yeah, I know you're looking at me. I need a bit of a shave, sorry about that, a bit rough and ready this week. So the sunshine's glorious now, it's warmed right up. Let's spin you around and show you what Tracy's up to.
Okay, we're doing a little bit.
So Tracy, we're here with Tracy. Sorry love, just butted in there, but Tracy's going to be planting some
Pak Choi, that's what I was just going to say.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Planting some Pak Choi, and what we're going to do a different experiment. We're going to actually plant the seedlings straight out into the growing bed.
Yeah.
But obviously this will all be covered with a horticultural fleece. So I've just made, again, just a little bigger hole. I'm trying to get 4 in a row. Then going to tease that one out, drop it into the hole.
They've got great root systems on them, haven't they, these Pak Choi?
They're a great plant to grow, and they're a great plant
to lift one out and show us. We'll get a close up.
Let's have a look.
So you get a nice, don't hold it by the stem, Trey.
No, I'm just showing you
yeah,
the leaves.
So you get a nice root system on them. Remember, these are growing out in the winter, cold, so
I think what they'd be
they're
like
doing well. So you're going to plant them up 4 in a row.
Yep, just keep
fill
going.
up this little 2 bays we've got empty here.
Yeah.
Because we've got no broad beans in there. Then we've got this one empty over here. We're going to put in there, Trace,
I'm going to put spinach in there.
Spinach in there.
And over there, look, we didn't get as many, but it could be the conditions, the time.
Yeah, I think the spinach struggled a little bit, but we've got a few come up there, at least nearly half. And if we run out of space there, then we can always put them in between our fruit bushes for now, just to get them going. Anyway guys, so you see that, we're going to show you the fleece. We're going to put some fleece down to give this some protection along this one, because the broad beans and the Pak Choi and the spinach could do with a bit of protection.
Yep.
Just help them out.
What was it, -4 last night? So I think they've done pretty well.
I think they'll survive, but if they're having it every night for the next week,
it might hit
-4 or -5, it might push it a little bit. But so we're here now, just finishing.
All done.
Another successful day.
Fantastic today.
Another high fiver for us. Well done.
Fiver. Do we get a fiver?
No, we don't get a fiver, just get a high fiver.
We get a fiver.
Task done and job done.
Another job ticked off.
So what we got in there again, just remind us.
We've got spinach in here.
Spinach.
I've just watered them in. And in here, in 2 beds, we've got the Pak Choi, which obviously we're doing an experiment because I planted them straight into the bays.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yep.
And then,
so what we've done here, as you can see, we put a fleece over. Okay. And this is my theory and my system I want to do is, I don't know if you can see through there, you can see a wire. Okay. Now I could just lay the fleece straight on the plant because they're not growing vigorously, it would be okay, but I want to do it like this. I want to test it, see how it works. I've kept this wire next to my pole on this one, and like all of them all the way along, so it sort of pinches them in a little bit, pinches this fleece in. We've also reinforced it with some bricks on both sides all the way down to give it to hold the fleece there when the winds get up. But even if the wind does get up and gets the fleece flipped off, normally if it's windy it's not going to be so cold anyway, and we can come up and check it because we check up here every day with walking the dogs and that. and we could just put it back in place. This will help it stop it blowing away completely. It's just something we're experimenting with, and like I said, Tracy's put the Pak Choi down there in the ground, and we've got some over in the little cloche, in their little cloches of their own, if you like. So they're double braces, yeah, double brace, belt and braces, as they say. And we'll see how they grow. So it's all about, gardening is about experience and practice, experimenting and practice, learning from your mistakes, seeing what grows in your soil.
Yep.
And I think
we are actually going to have good growing here.
Yeah, I think so as well.
If this is what's to go by, then
yeah.
I think spring and summer will be a great crop. Personally.
Well, there's a lot of things we're putting into factors, like orientation, obviously good soil preparation with the compost, getting the soil prepped before we put the compost on, and then all them things help the plants to get established. And once this gets properly established, here's our little terrier. She's actually ratting hunting. Look, she's digging.
One of our subscribers said she wanted to, she said he, but obviously everyone thinks Paul Chesley's a boy.
Hello there, everybody.
But she's a little girl, so
yeah, she's a little girl.
Subscribers.
She's a fantastic little terrier.
Beautiful.
They're like a Jack Russell on steroids. Fantastic little terriers.
But so affectionate as well.
Yeah, we've had in our life, we've always had English bull terriers or Staffordshire bull terriers, and my father used to always have American pit bull terriers. With bull terriers as well.
And we've got a Labrador, it'd be Rocky.
Yeah, we've got a labby, but he's old now. He's in his 80s nearly.
Yeah.
70, 78, 79.
Still going strong.
He's going well.
Yeah.
He's not actually that age, you know. It's 7 years per 1 year, but he's 11. So anyway, there we go, guys. Another successful day on the garden for me and Trace, and we'll call it a day at that one. Yes. And we'll see you next week on the next week's gardening video,
and Friday for our renovation video.
Yeah, Friday for the renovation video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Yeah.
And if you want to become a patron and follow us and join us and support our channel,
check out our intro video. And I'd just like to say, I did say in Caravan Corner, which I always jink, that this would be a short one, but Budo and I, short means,
yeah, we can't make short videos, it's difficult. But anyway, so jump into next week, and hopefully next week we'll have a bit of gardening and maybe a cooking session as well. Yes. Trace, yeah?
We're going
to try and bring you in a cooking one next Wednesday as well. So if you could, follow along and enjoy.
Bye.
Bye all.